What's your most memorable or funniest site story?
Probably my most memorable one that springs to mind was actually it's probably, again, politically incorrect, but it was a termination or a show cause discussion with one of the guys out in Cloncurry, actually working there, and he was being terminated for sexual harassment, which in itself is probably not ideal. But what he'd been doing was sending text messages through Facebook to a lady that worked for him, and these text messages were really quite explicit. And we'd had the conversation, and I said, look, probably this isn't going to work out, but come tomorrow with your support person and we'll go through the process. And he's turned up with his mum. And so I sat there and made the comment, I said, what are you doing? He said, my mum's a HR professional, she's here to help me. And I said, look, can we just stop? I know this is probably sort of not the way things are meant to go, but can we stop this discussion now? And I just want to have a word with you in private. And his mum got a bit upset, and I said, no, look, I'm pretty sure I need to talk to him in private without you there. And then I explained to him and showed him the copies of the messages that we had. And I said, look, I'm not going to be able to do this in front of your mum. I can't put this down on the table and show your mum what you've been saying. And he's completely freaked out. And, well, don't do that. And I said, yeah, look, I know, but how are we going to do this now? Because your mum's sitting out there wondering what the hell we're talking about. So anyway, we resolved that situation, but in terms of a politically correct one, that's probably the most appropriate to tell now. But that was one of the more entertaining discussions around termination. I said, I can't believe you brought your mum, mate. What are you doing? That was such a bad idea.
He might have learnt from that one, maybe.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so. I'm still talking to him. He sent me a text message the other day, looking for something else. But it was, I think he appreciated the fact that I didn't just throw them on the table, and he would have been in more trouble than just losing his job.
That's right. Yes, his mum mightn't have been very happy.
No, I suspect she would have been very upset.
Oh dear.